Welcome. I'm really happy you're here. What we're going to think about in this video is dealing with difficult people. Now, we all have them in our life, and it's really important to remember that when we find someone tricky, they find us just as tricky. And the really important thing to influencing anybody who's being difficult is to see yourself from their perspective. It's a key influence technique. It really makes you stand out if you have this flexibility. So there are three things you've got to do to get this influence. First up, you need to think about your perspective on the situation. So we're going to call this position one. Now, in position one, you think about, what are my beliefs about this person? What am I thinking about them? What am I hoping for in this situation? What's important to me? And what am I fearing? What's the big worry? So you might want to sit down, you might want to pause this video and think about those things, the hopes, the fears, the values. Then you step into their shoes. Now this is the fun bit. I want you to stand the way they stand. I want you to breathe the way they breathe, sit the way they sit. Think about how you look from their perspective. I once did this with a really difficult, horrible boss, and it was completely illuminating. I suddenly understood how he saw me. So now you're being them. Think about what your hopes are here. What do you want in this situation? How do you see the other person? What are you fearing about them? What keeps you awake at night? And what will success look like to you? You take all that information, and again, I would write it down. And then you step into position three, and you look at your perspective, and you look at their perspective, and you think about, what does that person need to do to influence this person? Because the only corner of the universe you can change is yourself. So start to think about, how can I change my behavior to help this person understand my perspective? So take those three positions, position one, which is you, position two, which is the difficult person, and position three, which is the coach, the observer position, and really coach yourself into a more productive relationship with this tricky person. You may find that they're not quite so tricky once you've done this.